prizes. Tell them what you've won, Dave.
I've won everything from tailgating barbecue sets that I have a Packers one that I won, folks, for $400. I put $40 down on the spot. I won it, and it was out of 20 spots. It's really worth it. I've also won helmets that are signed. I've won banners that are signed. I've won memorabilia rings. I've won footballs that are signed and other Packers knickknacks because that's my team. But go ahead and check them out. Cheap, affordable prices for certified, authentic stuff.
That's Raz Addictions on Facebook.com. Go there, play, and win. And as always, you can follow us on Twitter at First and Goal Pod, myself at UPJ33, Dave is at Steak and Cheese, and the fantasy wonder himself, Dillon, at Dillon Busby1. Email us at firstandgoalpodcast@yahoo.com with all your football and Packer questions and comments, and you just might find yourself making the show live. That's firstandgoalpodcast@yahoo.com. All right, and we're back. And so, take her away, Dillo.
All right, coming off of the bye, folks. No more Gardner Minshew. No more jorts. No more mustache. We're back to business. We've got Foles taking the reins over for Jacksonville. Let's see if he can throw another touchdown pass first possession of the game. Hopefully that clavicle stays healthy. The Colts on their side of the ball.
Boy Nick like that.
I love Nick. Colts are pretty banged up coming into this matchup. You've got Paris Campbell set to miss this one. T.Y. Hilton still out with his calf injury. A couple other guys. Pierre Desir's banged up. Mo Alley Cox banged up. Running back Jordan Wilkins banged up. So we'll see. Colts
Zach
clearly.
Pascal, baby.
Both these teams are very middle of the road in every defensive category. It's tough to really find who has the advantage where. I do think Leonard Fournette is going to have just a fine game. As for the Jacksonville receivers, we'll see. Obviously, historically, Nick Foles has done a pretty good job hitting the slot receiver, so I know all of the D.D. Westbrook owners are looking forward to seeing their patience pay dividends. But the touchdown pass was, I believe, to Chris Conley in the beginning of the season, so whole route tree available.
It was the Chark, mister.
It was the Mr. DJ Chark, the
Because I had him
sensation
for that week.
Rookie sensation himself.
It's like watching SeaWorld here.
Marlon Mack, guys, he's had a ton of attempts this season. The production hasn't exactly been stellar. He's been okay. How do you feel about the banged-up Indianapolis Colts? Jacoby Brissett is set to make his return after missing last week with a knee injury. Thank goodness everyone watched Brian Hoyer and what he did against Miami. How do we feel about this game, guys? I'm on the Jaguars. Currently, the Colts are favored by only 2.5 at home.
That's bad. I'm taking Jacksonville. I'm taking old Big Nick here, and I'd like to say his real nickname, but I can't on air, folks.
Big
DJ
Stick
Chark.
Nick.
Well, geez, don't make it obvious. DJ Chark, you got D.D. Westbrook. I think they're going to do something because Pierre Desir is doubtful. It's one of the top corners, and you got guys coming in with a healthy QB that's been having the itch to play all season since that first touchdown throw. Yeah, give me the Jags in this by 6.
As the man sips a Keystone, he thinks to himself, I'd love to be the lone wolf.
Jaguars 17-14.
Oh, maybe not.
And Julie's crying right now because all of us just picked against her.
Well, you know what? It's Brissett's first game back. A little rusty, get knocked off. Gussie, he's an injury. It's a division game. These are tough games. It's a rough one to come back on. Now, would it surprise me if the Colts pulled it off? No, it would not. But right now, as I look at it, I think this is the Jags. Foles coming back. I don't think it's pretty, but I think Fournette gets in the end zone to clinch the game late.
Yeah, I can see this one being close all the way through. I think Foles is going to have to shake off some rust. Same for Brissett. I mean, I know he's only missed a couple weeks so far, but when you have to come back and immediately face Saxonville with Calais Campbell and Jared Allen in your face, it's not going to be easy. So I could see this being a very yes.
Jared Allen is. You said Jared Allen throwback.
Oh, man.
Wrapping up a sack after the QB like a hog in the farm.
There's too many Allens in the league anymore. I don't like it. Kyle, Brandon, 2 Joshes. Just, let's get out of this funk.
Folks, if you hear any crunching in the background or paper crunching, just give you a heads up. There may be some popcorn edible tasting.
It's definitely not our producer Jay eating popcorn.
No, that's our trash pan.
I have my mic muted, so the fact that you're bringing attention to it is just jackassery.
We wanted to do it to ourselves.
I guess.
All right, guys. So we're all on the Big Cats. We like the Jaguars. That's going to be an exciting game.
Yeah.
Moving into a game that's going to snap the streak of divisional matchups, we have Kirk Cousins and these Minnesota Vikings playing host to the Wild Ponies. Denver Broncos coming to town. Only Bryce Callahan is going to miss this game for the Broncos. Otherwise, you've got a fairly healthy Denver team. On the Vikings side of the ball, Adam Thielen's going to miss yet another game with a hamstring injury to go along with defensive tackle Linval Joseph and safety Anthony Harris. Guys, I would love to be sexy. I would love to take the underdog in this matchup. Currently, the Vikings are favored by 10, and I think for good reason. Minnesota has been surprisingly susceptible to the pass this year, however, even though Xavier Rhodes is, still on the team and healthy by all accounts, and you've still got Everson Griffin and Daniil Hunter coming after it with a pass rush. So I've been very confused by how easy it is to move the ball on the Vikings through the air. But when you've got a young QB, I'm just not sure how easy it's going to be for the Denver Broncos. I'm looking forward to another breakout performance from Noah Fant. So hopefully that happens. But until I see it happen, I have to take Kirk Cousins and Stephon Diggs and Dalvin Cook and Kyle Rudolph. And I got to believe the Vikings are going to win this game.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to be a jerk. I still say the Vikings win, but they don't cover the spread.
Okay.
I think they only win by 7 and a touchdown.
10 points is a lot.
Because the Denver defense has surprisingly been playing well. It's been the one strong point of that team, and we've been waiting for like this breakout game with Von Miller. So maybe this is it, but I'll still take the Vikings 24-17. It's at home in Minneapolis. I mean, if there's one person who knows how to kind of diagnose Kirk Cousins, it's their head coach. He was the defensive coordinator of the Bears. So maybe, just saying. You know what? Screw it. Denver 24, Minnesota 23. Screw it.
Oh.
Vic Fangio takes care of Kirk Cousins. I'm calling it right now.
Throwing all credibility to the wind in favor of just emotional gratitude.
Moxicillin, cough syrup, and Paulana beer. Woo!
Now, guys, I personally put in Phillip Lindsay as a running back. I would not start this week. How do you feel about anyone fantasy-wise on the Denver side of the ball? Do you confidently start Cortland Sutton or Phillip Lindsay in this game?
You skipped me.
Well, I didn't. I was kind of just quickly throwing that in there.
For 10 minutes.
Jay,
I was telling you off because you can't pick and then skip me and then re-pick and change your mind.
I wasn't
when
finished.
I would have been the low wolf. You were finished. You already gave the score. You gave that it was they were going to cover.
I was talking about it.
You were done, and then you turned around and you took my pick that was Lone Wolf. That's not fair. That's a double pick. You should get disqualified for this game.
No.
That's just two guys wearing green who can't stand to pick purple.
No, Vic Fangio knows how to diagnose Kirk Cousins.
Broncos 24-21. I'm sorry, but the sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while. And tomorrow the sun shines on the Broncos' ass in Minnesota.
Vikings also don't have tape on Brandon Allen either. There's one game, that's it.
Over under on 75 yards for Cortland Sutton.
Over.
Under.
All right, I like it. Okay, guys. Hope you got your nose plugs ready for this one because it's going to be a stinker. You've got the New York Jets visiting Dwayne Haskins and the Washington Redskins. Currently, these Redskins...
First.
Excuse me?
I'm not doing it again. I already won. You lost the
What?
stare down.
I didn't know I was doing a stare down. I was
You
resting my face on the
stared at
mic.
me. You moved.
Jay was
first.
playing a game with himself, apparently. I wasn't even playing a game.
Guys, the injury report for the Jets looks like my grocery list when I go to Aldi every week. You've got Ryan Khalil out, Matthias Farley out, Paul Warlow out, C.J. Mosley out. Le'Veon Bell is going to play, but he's got ribs, knee, and an illness. It's hilarious to look at this report right here. Demaryius Thomas banged up, knee and hamstring. I mean, these guys aren't just banged up. It's multiple body parts listed next to them. It's like a hospital bed in here. On the Redskins side of the ball, you've got Chris Thompson. Well, no, he's going to miss this one. Toe injury again. Vernon Davis out with a concussion, and Paul Richardson, who I feel like most people...
guys.
Guys, haven't we forgot at this point that Paul Richardson's even a Redskin?
Yep.
It's been hilarious. Luckily, Terry McLaurin gives that organization some kind of credibility, but other than that, I mean, Darius Geis, I mean, hopefully, maybe.
Disrespect to Jeremy Sprinkle here is amazing.
I was on the Sprinkle train earlier this year, my friend. As soon as those other two tight ends went down, I tried to play him. I tried to die on that hill, and, well, I'm still dead.
Who are you taking, Dillon?
Every time I take the Jets, they burn my ass, but I just can't imagine standing here defending the Washington Redskins and Dwayne Haskins. One more time, throw me on the Jets, Jets.
I'm going to go ahead and take Scary Terry and Dwayne reconnect in the old college days. I think Scary Terry not only goes off, I think he has 3 touchdowns.
Chalk up another win for Bill Callahan.
Yep. I think old Bill makes Jay Gruden look even worse after he left. Just saying. I think Skins done it probably like 31-10 or something. It's not even close. I think it's a blowout.
Jay, you got any fantasy players in this game? Yeah.
No, I don't believe so.
Should you be so lucky?
Only if Sam Darnold was my QB.
I'll tell you who is going to emerge in this game as the top fantasy performer.
What's the money line? Or the line?
Right now, you have the Redskins favored by 2.5. The lowest over-under total of the week at 38.
Wow. It's not even going to make that. That's too high. Who the hell do they think these teams are? The frickin' 1963 Jets with Joe Namath?
You think Riggins is going to come through and plow over a guy in the end zone? I don't know.
Has these people not realized who the hell is playing? This game isn't getting over 24 points total. My God.
Disrespect to Scary Terry.
Jets 10-6. That's it. It's 16 points total. Then don't play anybody in fantasy. This game sucks. It's going to get turned off halfway through the third quarter to jump on the network to a different game. It's going to be terrible, boring. People will be recorded falling asleep in the stands. No big plays. Le'Veon Bell's going to get hurt. Bad game.
And actually, I mean, these are the two organizations we mentioned earlier that are both just complete dumpster fires when it comes to player relations. I could see this turning into a similar Myles Garrett incident. You know, you get an ugly game, and toward the end, something just completely ridiculous happens.
Jamal Adams does it though.
Yeah, exactly. Did you see him?
Did we really have to bring this stupidity up again? Because there's such a victimization going out. This is very simple, America. This is a public service announcement, and Dave is going to jump in on this.